just, no,
You can move it down to the table if you want.
Yep.
If that makes it easy.
Would it be louder?
It should be fine just anyways.
Would it be louder?
That's perfect. I
Okay.
can adjust the audio.
You can?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hold on 1 minute for me. Let me get my folks set up. Dante, you can come on and whoever your guest would be. Let me get you straight. Hey, Cal. Hey, sure. How you doing? All right. Good morning. Good morning to all that are tuning in with us this morning. I am Sheriff Tyrone Ruffin, elected Sheriff of Bertie County, North Carolina. And today, standing with me, I have my second in command, Chief Deputy Brandon Turner. And I also have the family of baby Jamie Drain with me this morning, to include the father, Mr. Dante Valentine. Thank you so much for joining us this morning as we release details surrounding the 2-year-old baby Jamie Drain's death and the arrest of her mother, Raja Saifiana Drain. This morning, we released the details about 2-year-old baby Jamie Drain. As you can see, the comments and the information from family and friends that baby Drain had a beautiful smile. I'm sure that she was a bundle of joy, and she had a life filled with dreams. But on September the 2nd, 2024, the bright life of Jamie and her family turned into a dark and unreal reality. December the 2nd, 2024, first responders from Bertie was dispatched to a residence on Jack Branch Road in Windsor in reference to an unresponsive child. Upon first responders' arrival, they located baby Jamie Drain. Bertie County Emergency Services and deputies immediately started CPR and transported baby Jamie Drain to a local hospital where she was pronounced deceased. Raja Drain, who I would refer to her from this point on, Raja Drain, who is the mother of the child and who was the only adult at the residence at the time of the report, stated that she was cooking when baby Jamie Drain fell, began foaming at the mouth and shaking. She reported to the deputies that she attempted to give the baby water, and after baby Drain would not respond, that she called 911. The mother, Raja Drain, reported to deputies that the baby could have dehydrated. She reported that the baby fell down some stairs around Thanksgiving in 2024. But that wasn't the case. On December the 2nd, 2024, from the evidence collected and the autopsy report, it revealed something totally different happened to baby Drain on December the 2nd, 2024. From the evidence and the autopsy report, baby Jamie Drain died of blunt force trauma and injuries to the head. And from speaking with medical professionals, my team advised me that the medical professionals advised them that the injuries that happened to baby Jamie Drain that day could not have been done by another child, and that those injuries had to be done by an adult. The medical professionals advised that the child suffered injuries to the brain and the tissues around the brain, and baby Jamie Drain died in the hands of her mother, Raja Drain. My team of investigators thoroughly investigated this child's death, and there are some cases where we have everything that we need. There are some cases that we don't have anything at all. And then there are some cases that we are missing just a piece of the puzzle. And this case was one of those cases we were missing just a piece of that puzzle. Some of you may or may not know the process about having all of the pieces to the puzzle. But having all of the pieces to the puzzle is very important. And that's because we get one chance. We get one chance to make or break this case. And so our team thoroughly investigated to make sure that we had everything that we needed to have justice served for baby Jamie Drain. So on yesterday morning, my investigators went before the grand jury of Bertie County, and the grand jury returned back with a true bill of indictment for murder and felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. And on last night, September the 22nd, 2025, around 9:58 p.m., my investigators received a call from the Weathersville Police Department in Weathersville, Connecticut, that Roger Drain had been taken into custody in their jurisdiction. Roger Drain is facing charges in Weathersville, Connecticut, but our team will begin the process to extradite her back to North Carolina to face the charges of murder and felony child abuse inflicting serious bodily injury. I want to thank everyone who has played a part in this investigation. To the family for being understanding of the process, to the Bertie County Sheriff's Office staff, to the Bertie County Emergency Services staff, the Bertie County Communications staff for providing our first responders information that they needed on the way to baby Drain's house. I also want to thank the Honorable Kim Scott and her team at the District Attorney's Office, Prosecutory District 7, and to the Weathersville Police Department. And I want to make sure that I put a great emphasis on the Bertie County Sheriff's Office investigators and staff. And I want to also share with the citizens of Bertie County the commitment that we have as a team to the citizens. Even when it do not look like we are working, know that we are working behind the scenes, working on behalf of the citizens to keep you, your families, and your properties safe. The citizens of Bertie County have elected me to do a job. And that job is to make sure that we not only make an arrest, but we also work that justice be served. I'm sure that a lot of people know that I'll say this quick, that there is a difference between an arrest and justice being served. Because after an arrest, there's a whole different process that comes after an arrest. And after that arrest, you get one chance. And that small piece of that puzzle that I was talking about earlier is that chance. And without that small piece of puzzle, she could walk free. And even though she may be innocent until proven guilty, I believe that my team has done an outstanding job, to make sure that justice will be served. And without a doubt, I know that the citizens of Bertie County has confidence in their county sheriff and their sheriff's office. Every case may not be the same, but just know when it doesn't look like we're working, We are working. At this time, I will have the family to say a few words, and then I'll come back to the podium. At this time, I'll have the family to come and say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank the Sheriff Department for doing their job. I finally can get some rest now. My baby can rest in peace. It's been a long road, but I appreciate you, Tyrone. I appreciate you.
And at this time, any questions that I can answer, I'll attempt to answer. At this time, any questions, I'll try to clarify anything.
Do you know what her, Roger's connection was to Weathersville, Connecticut?
To my knowledge, I believe that she had immediate family staying in Weathersville, Connecticut. And I believe that she is now, that's where she has been staying.
And I know that she's been charged with murder, but can you specify how did she kill Jamie? Do we know that, the answer yet?
According to the autopsy report and evidence collected, it shows that it was blunt force trauma. And I believe that, the doctor will have to speak, so I wouldn't use incorrect terms or anything, but we do know that, that she died of blunt force trauma to the head.
How was she arrested in Connecticut? What was she pulled over? What happened?
My team of investigators have spoken with the Weathersville Police Department. I'm not sure, but they are working closely together with Weathersville Police Department to indict her and have her to come back to Bertie County. I believe that my team now is preparing to take that trip. They're ready to take that trip and bring her back to North Carolina.
I know before you talked a little bit about a missing piece of the puzzle. You also talked about that a few weeks ago when you posted something on Facebook. Just mention again, what was that missing piece of the puzzle that you needed in order to get this done?
Sure, yeah, everything, and I'm sure that we hear this often, everything that we do, we cannot release to the public. And some of those things are case sensitive, and it was a piece of the puzzle that we was missing in the autopsy report that we now have after a follow-up interview with the doctor, and we now have that.
Sheriff, I have a couple questions here. First of all, this might sound weird, but how long have you been sheriff here in Bertie County?
Yes, sir. 2022, December the 1st, 2022, I was appointed sheriff.
What sets this case apart from other cases that you've had to navigate through?
Well, I think that, one, it's sensitive to me because I have 4 children. So that really, touched my heart. Secondly, I know the family of the deceased victim. I know the family. And then thirdly, I believe that the citizens did not understand the process of that piece of the puzzle that we was missing. And I think that's what set it apart is if you would allow the sheriff's office and the investigators to take their time to do what they have been called and chosen to do, that they would understand that sometimes you gotta have that piece of the puzzle.
For cases like this, how important is maintaining communication with the victim's family?
Very important, very important. I believe that that was one of the complaints early on. But then after, that complaint, we tried to make sure that we made constant contact with anything that we could release to the family. We made sure that we released that to the family, and the family was very understanding on the sheriff's office side of this investigation.
And I know that you said it was blunt force trauma that unfortunately killed Jamie. Are you able to tell us if Raja maybe used her fist, or was it a weapon or anything that caused that blunt force trauma? Do you know that?
I personally have not seen the autopsy report, and I do not know exactly what the details specifically states in the autopsy report. My team of investigators have worked on that with the medical examiner's office and the district attorney office, and so I'm not specifically sure if it states in that autopsy report.
And leading up to the incident itself, what
I've been the sheriff since 2022, so I'm not sure. I've heard the stories that the child was taken from the custody and was given back. I wasn't personally aware of that until after the investigation had occurred. But I will say that I do believe that the State Bureau of Investigations has looked into the Department of Social Services part in this investigation, and to my knowledge, they have been cleared on whatever they were investigating. It wasn't my call, so I don't know what they were investigating, but I do understand this morning that that part of the investigation is no longer ongoing.
One final question, and I'd like to open this up to you, Sheriff, and Baby Drain's father as well, if you don't mind. Do you believe justice will be served in this case?
Yes. I believe that my team of investigators have worked hard on this case to make sure that we had every piece of the puzzle. And I will say that she's innocent until proven guilty. But with the work that my team has done, I feel confident that justice will be served.
Do you want to respond to that? Do you feel that justice will be served?
Yes, sir. It'll be so.
I just have one final one. Are you able just to confirm for us again what home this happened on, the address where this death was?
It was on Jack Branch Road in Windsor. I do not know the exact address. Jack Branch Road in Windsor. I do not know the exact address, but Jack Branch Road in Windsor. Are there any further questions? Again, we thank each one of you for coming and tuning in today at the Bertie County Sheriff's Office, and we pray that justice will be served for baby Jamie Drain. We again thank the family for being understanding. We thank the community of Bertie County for being understanding, and we thank the Sheriff's Office and their staff. Thank you very much. Thank you.